Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and we are here back for another episode of F1 22 My Team Career Mode for part number 17. I think it's 17. I'm not 100% sure. I'm losing track. We made too many things. As you see right now, we are immediately kicking off the video with a department event, and it's about some acclaim, I believe, and it's a celebrity actually. So honestly, I think we might accept it for the team acclaim. Yeah, I think we're gonna accept it. Team acclaim is actually really needed.
You handled that well. Thank you.
Thank you. But as you guys remember in the last race, go check it out. Definitely Singapore wasn't really the best. Japan, nothing really to write home about in that one. Another one of those just lackey races. There are some little things happening, but we are losing a lot in the development race. We obviously sacked development, but obviously, hopefully we can find out the regulation change soon, and once we find out that regulation change, we'll start immediately going back to upgrading and see how far we can get into next season. Honestly, I'm probably going to expect in Season 2 to be the slowest car still, and hopefully the goal is to get Spec 2 on some, or just fabrication upgrades. That's all I would really want. That's legit all I want. But it's going to be tough because Aston Martin have really been making a good comeback to us, and I'm really 100% scared that they will pass us because they're actually developing a lot, and honestly I could think that they might be able to snack a position off us maybe in the next 4 races. There's the sprint race. We have one more sprint race. If they get another result in the sprint and then they get points in that race, it's just gonna be not the best. But we did get bronze in the Pirelli Hot Lap feature. Okay, nothing really to write home about. But as we go back to our facilities, we actually find out some very interesting news.
Okay, I need your attention. The tech regulations are changing. There's a risk some of our hard work will be undone, so we need to mitigate it. As soon as you can, I want you to look at the developments we have and tell us what areas you want to invest in protecting.
Alright, so here we go. We find out our regulation changes coming. We actually do get some weight updates coming onto the car, but actually durability and the chassis department are the ones that are going to be struck for next season. This is not what I wanted for chassis. I really was looking forward to upgrade the chassis department, but we're going to be able to save all these upgrades, which, well, 100% in the chassis. I'm not sure about durability, but we do have 6,000 resource points. I think we're going to save every upgrade. Yeah, looks like we will be saving every upgrade, so we have 0 parts at risk now. Durability wouldn't really matter anyways. More chassis I'm more focused on. But now we can immediately go back to upgrading our actual car, but we only can focus on the aero in the engine, unfortunately. So I wanted to really stop putting upgrades in the engine, but I can't. We're going to go for a rear downforce upgrade. That will come on ready for Brazil, I believe it said. And we do have a upgrade in the powertrain that will be coming on ready for the next race, or not the next race, so that will also be coming on for Abu Dhabi, I believe. I think so. But in the development race, Williams haven't really made upgrades. Aston Martin are just coming after everybody at this point, so it's worrying signs for us, as probably a little bit of poo is coming out because of what is happening over there. We still have 4,000 resource points, but we can't really spend. FP1, FP2, FP3 weren't really the greatest. We did do quick practice at the end. FP1 actually was a little bit promising because the car had a little bit of pace, but of course the AI in the straight line is just overpowered. But to be fair, we do have a draggy car, or it could be down to poor setup. I'm not 100% sure, but at the same time though, no one cares for practice. Everyone cares for qualifying, so let's get ready for qualifying here for our home GP in Austin. Right, so we have a sensor fall already. This is great. But here we are qualifying here for the United States GP, our second home race actually, because our first one was in Miami. I actually didn't grow up in Texas either. I had never even grown up in Florida either. I've grown up in another state, which I'm not going to sell for reasons. I probably already said it though before. But we're going down for the our first lap here. Actually, George Russell actually sets a pretty good setting lap time to go up the hill, as we're technically running up that hill. And actually, we do get a little bit of a good slipstream, and it's very blind, actually, because the sun's actually just beating on me on my visor, so I'm a little bit blinded, but actually this makes it more realistic, as we do get a good slipstream from, I believe that's Carlos Sainz in the Ferrari. So thank you, Carlos, for the amazing and wonderful slipstream, you nice Spaniard. But obviously, COTA has been updated, mainly with those exit curbs, and also exit curbs that are on the outside. With the softest curbs, those have actually been added as well. I don't think there were soft curbs on last year's game through that last corner, but I could be wrong 100%. But we don't go great. We go P19, which is unpromising, but still we're lacking a lot of tenths to, I believe, Nicholas Latifi, and I believe Alex Albon actually didn't have a great lap. So not great. We do improve a lot actually going through this final sector, but once again, Piastri jumps us. But obviously, I think we might be able to get him here. Zhou Guanyu actually goes ahead as well. He may see himself out of qualifying as we go P20. So I kind of expect that we're out of Q1 again. I think we really have not made to Q2 at all this season, which is rare, but honestly it's not really rare considering this is our first car. But Russell goes fastest, but P20 had an Oscar Piastri, which is promising, had a Nicholas Latifi. But obviously we're going to get ready for the race for tomorrow, and let's see what we can do here in Austin.
Here we are then in one of the fastest growing cities in the United States, the fabulous Austin in the great state of Texas. The circuit itself, 14 miles southeast of the city centre, has been home to the US Grand Prix since 2012, the latest in a long list of iconic tracks to have that honour. We're racing today then in Travis County, Texas, where 20 corners and speeds of up to 200 miles per hour await us on this magnificent racetrack. It's 60% full throttle with plenty of good opportunities to pass, especially through the two DRS zones into turn 1 and the long back straight into turn 12. What a race we have in store today. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. George Russell will begin today's event in pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Sainz, Norris, Sergio Perez and Bottas, Fernando Alonso, Zhou, Vettel and Charles Leclerc, Ocon, Mick Schumacher, Pierre Gasly and Stroll, Albon, Hamilton. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. The owner driver and Oscar Piastri, Magnussen, Tsunoda, Latifi. They've taken a grid penalty, and Daniel Ricciardo fills the last spot on the grid. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. And with me today, of course, is Natalie Pinkham. Why don't we discuss McLaren? What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within the team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do. And that has definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
I know this is your home Grand Prix, but treat it like any other race. Let's not make any unnecessary risks.
Thanks, Mark. So here we are back in Austin for our home GP. Simple strategy, medium to the hard. Honestly, it's the most expected strategy, but we are going to get ready for this race. Fortunately, I did not record the formation lap. We are underway here for the United States GPs. We get a good start compared to Lewis Hamilton. Actually, we are side by side with the Mercedes driver and also Alex Albon. We do make a little bit of contact with Albon, though. We're going to go around the outside a bunch of these drivers like Ocon, and Ocon almost getting a little bit loosey-goosey there that last sector, but Ocon stays ahead. we're going to get ahead of Sebastian Vettel, not Sebastian, Lance Stroll and Pierre Gasly as are going through the center S's here. Probably one of the most satisfying parts of the circuit in my opinion, but has benefit as Ocon goes down the inside of Mick Schumacher in the Haas. Actually didn't really benefit from that, but obviously front wing damage maybe on Esteban Ocon's car, I'm not 100% sure, maybe just a little slight contact, but Lance Stroll once again going down the inside. He also makes contact with Ocon. That was a big dive bomb for the Canadian, but obviously this is the part where we obviously struggled because the AI are just super fast in the straight line. Here we go once again, look at that, just go on Pierre Gasly, just go be a free man. We're going to go do a little switchback down the inside. Gasly sent it down the inside, making contact with Esteban Ocon, so AI really dive bombing here on lap 1. We do block Lewis Hamilton from getting past us here, but obviously Hamilton will probably repass us here. 100% that Mercedes car is going to be much quicker. That is not our race today. Our race is basically just trying to prevent Aston Martin from scoring points, but right now they're on a good trajectory to score points. I believe Sebastian Vettel is in the top 10 for this race, so that's not a great sign, but obviously Vettel is looking for his first points of the season. He has not scored a point yet. He's became close, but he's not yet to score a point yet for Aston Martin. As Oscar Piastri, he's the only driver as well yet to score a point as well. So he probably could have scored a point in Austria, but he made a mistake. Plus, I think we put too much pressure on him. Here comes Lewis Hamilton. He's going to go down the inside. Simple move. We're not going to fight that. There was no point, but actually, no, we're not going to fight that. I don't know why we would even try to fight that. Mercedes is too quick. Kevin Magnussen, we do get some front wing damage, so someone got front wing damage. I'm not 100% sure, as we do look as on lap 2 of this race with Pierre Gasly. He's actually got no front wing, which is worrying, but Lewis Hamilton is going to get the slipstream on Pierre Gasly. I need to look what happened to Gasly. Where did his front wing go? Because that's the main question I want to ask. Where did that front wing go for the AlphaTauri driver? As we're on this cam to see where he was. I think he made contact with Lance Stroll. As yeah, he did actually. Let's go take a look. Is he going to go send it down? And yeah, that was all his fault. Pierre Gasly is not having the best of life here, and Austin, as Esteban Ocon, who he was fighting with, the two Frenchmen going at it, but Gasly's still somewhat competitive because for some odd reason the AI with no front wing are somehow still competitive. But actually, that's what happened to Hamilton. He got past Ocon. Ocon almost will fight that back. Ocon did not, though, as Hamilton did get ahead. Hamilton did he? Yes, he did. Okay, I don't know what I was saying, but Magnussen almost made a move on us. He didn't. Lewis Hamilton going around the outside. He might get the move done here. I'm not 100% sure. He's going to go around the outside of the AlphaTauri driver. As no, actually, Gasly fights his back, which is surprising because Pierre has no front wing, but he's doing such a good job. There's a big train of cars up there, but now up to the front. George Russell actually leading the race. There's Ricardo trying to possibly make a move on the Williams, as actually, yeah, Alex Albon stays ahead of Ricardo here. Russell leads from Verstappen, and Leclerc is not having the best race. So Leclerc, who's trying to come back for a title fight on Max Verstappen, is not having the race that he wants. But fast forward a couple laps on lap 3, we're running out of DRS, and obviously the AI are just super quick in the straights. The car is super draggy. To be fair, I'm going to probably expect to be absolutely swarmed in the next 3 races. The next 3 races are going to have a lot of straights. Abu Dhabi has a lot of straights. Well, I mean, every track has a straight, but you know, just long stretches like this one. Mexico, there's some long straights. Brazil, they got the front stretch, and you have the stretch going down into turn 4, I believe. So that's not great, but oh well. I'll do something. Oscar Piastri, though, he's actually got past Yuki Tsunoda, and he's actually quite pacey. Is our teammate here. Piastri's not been having the best season. The second half has not really been great for him. He was quicker than us for basically the first half of the season, but we actually came back on Piastri. I think the past couple of races we actually been ahead. To be fair, Oscar has had some pretty bad luck. I think the last race that he did beat us, but I'm not really sure what the stats are. Actually, I'll probably do the stats when we get to Abu Dhabi to tell where everyone was. I'll probably wait till Abu Dhabi, but I want to say that we are ahead of him in the races, but I'm not 100% sure. But here's a little battle with the helicopter cam. We're taking different lines, trying to cool some of the engine down as well. The engine was getting pretty hot as we followed the slipstream, but we are running clean air. But Piastri's behind this clean air, is actually behind us, and then Yuki Tsunoda, and there's Ricardo back there in the McLaren. So Daniel's not having the best of races, but to be fair, is actually Tsunoda makes a little mistake there, made a little lock up there, but now Ricardo's actually gonna have a shot at him as the McLaren driver, but he's actually not gonna get the move. That's actually Charles Leclerc that just came in the pits. I don't know what happened to him. I want to say a broken front wing, so that's not great. This is not what he needs if he wants to win that championship. It's not what you want, as George Russell is leading the race of Max Verstappen, but Max Verstappen is not far off from George Russell. I think, honestly, Max could possibly win this championship, as we actually get a little bit squirrely around that exit. I actually got stuck on the curb. Cars are too low, obviously, so they just stick to the curves. Actually, Piastri almost sent it down the inside, almost made contact. I think we actually did make contact, so that's not what you want to see to our teammate, because that's rule number 1 in racing: do not crash your teammate. And I think it'll collide once again. I've been experiencing a lot of back end loss through some of these corners. In the center S's, I was really experiencing it, and spending that last corner, I think I'm like, you can carry so much speed in that corner, but the car just did not feel like we're carrying that much speed. So I'm not, questions need to be answered, but actually we are staying ahead of Piastri. But to be fair, we're on the same equipment, but to be fair, even with this AI, with this straight line speed thing that they have been having there, I'm actually like a lot surprised. I'm actually holding the gap, because I'm actually staying ahead in the corners, which is rare, but just the straight line speed, it's just they have me in the straight lines, which it makes the game not fun, in my opinion, because when the AI is like that, we go wide again. I just don't like how that's a thing. I just really hate that glitch, as I'm really a fan. I'm really a guy that dislikes that. But Piastri makes a mistake as Tsunoda and Ricardo get past Piastri. Or no, actually, no, it says Piastri's actually ahead of Ricardo, so good move there. Ricardo must get whisked, but actually no, I jinxed him. Ricardo now gets ahead, possibly in the center S's. It's another, no, just the center S's are just so beautiful on this track. I mean, it's so satisfying going through them. How much speed you could take. To be fair, with these new cars, you can really feel like the weight as you go through some of those corners. As this is lap 10, we go out wide again. Another back end loss. As actually this Charles Leclerc, as he's in the middle of this. Ricardo now got past Yuki Tsunoda on the backstretch. Tsunoda really didn't fight that hard. Ricardo's gonna go around the outside, and he's gonna get the move stick, because we're not gonna really fight this back. We know the McLaren is really not our race. Our race is more the AlphaTauris and our teammate, basically, because the Astons are just too quick. As there's Oscar Piastri now. There's actually Leclerc catching up to Piastri. Piastri's going to defend down the inside. There's Yuki Tsunoda, but actually there goes Piastri down the inside. He's made contact with Yuki Tsunoda, and he actually broke his front wing. That's unlucky. That's what simulation damage does to you. Poor Oscar. That's, once again, the bad luck continues. And also another thing is that you just cost more money for the team. Actually, I don't know why I'm saying that. I've crashed like so many times. Oscar is not having the best of seasons, as you can clearly tell. As track limits there once again. That was an easy corner cut. You could tell when I'm really trying to push the limits. I'm trying not to corner cut, but I'm trying to improve as a driver, because I am. This is the first season I'm actually, once again, track limits again. I think that was the same lap. Actually, it was the same lap, just fast forward. But we get ahead of Alonso in the pits. But this is actually my first career mode without actually using assists. So I was running medium traction control and then low braking assist. But since like late May, I started to drive without traction control off and braking assist. I'm still trying to learn anti-lock, the system. I've actually gotten a little bit better without locking up the brakes, but obviously I might just wait till I actually do get my little rig set up, because I feel like it'd be a lot easier with like pedals, because to be fair, it's not, to my opinion, It's not easy with controller, but to be fair, people are going to probably think that I am bad. To be fair, these new cars have really made me, I feel like, worse as a driver. To be fair, it is definitely a challenge. But we do come into the pits now on lap 14 of this race. We're going to go to the hard tires, obviously. Latifi came to the pits. Ricardo actually got it pissed up ahead of us, so Mans is flying on those, he was flying on those mediums. We actually get a good stop. Latifi gets out ahead of us, and actually we're going to get ahead of Pierre Gasly here and Oscar Piastri. They both had to change front wings. Now the question is if we can get out of Yuki Tsunoda. I don't think Yuki is pitted yet, so that will be key. As we are on the cold hards, they're trying to warm up the hards as well. And to be fair, warming up these hards, they are a challenge to warm up. It's been a challenge all year, but to be fair, I'm getting a lot better with warming up the hards. Sometimes I'll weave down the straights to get warm up. Obviously, I try not to do it much though, but obviously there's no penalty for weaving in this game, which is kind of weird because if you think that there would be, because you can't really do that in real life. But to be fair, they probably wouldn't. I don't know. I probably wouldn't really estimate why the weaving. But we do get the hards warm up, and we actually got ahead of Yuki Tsunoda. But at the same time, though, we're keeping pace from the AlphaTauri. So this weekend, AlphaTauri were I believe they're close to Aston Martin to being worse in the car performance. We actually a lot pacier than them. It's actually Lewis Hamilton making a move with Sebastian Vettel. I believe Sebastian Vettel is in the points, as Vettel actually makes a mistake and locks up, giving Lewis Hamilton that position, as Hamilton will now get ahead, obviously. But at the same time, though, the AlphaTauris were really that strong this weekend. I mean, we're a little faster than them. To be fair, they only got us on the straights, and the corners we were a lot faster. Certainly in the center S's, I think that's where we improved. The low speed corners around the sector 3 actually was a little bit challenging, as there's a little cheeky little drift there. I guess you could say just a little loss to the back end, clipped too much on the inside. To be fair, that inside curve, it is uphill, going uphill into that corner, so that's not great. It's just a little bit of spins that's happened. Gasly actually has gone side by side. As I believe it's Ricardo that just came in. I think that's Daniel that just came into the pits. He actually got broken front wing damage. He basically clobbered into someone, and it didn't look like he had damage, but they overreacted, and he clearly didn't. I think the AI or Cody's could still do it. Once again, another back end loss on lap 22. Actually, now on lap 23 of this race. I think Cody's need to fix that. Just like I think Cody still need to fix a couple little glitches. Oscar Piastri comes into the pits again. He got over another broken front wing. Great. Kevin Magnussen also came into the pits as well once again. Tsunoda, I believe, lost to position to Daniel. Daniel has pitted for a new set of softs, so he's actually get ahead. This is probably what happened to Kevin Magnussen, I believe, here in the Haas. Or actually, no, that's Gasly. Or was that, did he break Tsunoda's front wing? Yeah, oh wow, he actually did break Tsunoda's front wing, so AlphaTauri drivers coming right together as, whoa, that was a little bit squirrely there. I'm telling you, I was really, when I'm pushed to the limits, when I'm almost losing control. But Lando Norris, he also came in for another set of softs. He also got front wing damage. Once again, they overreacted at McLaren. He actually gets ahead on lap 27 of this race, so we're in P14 right now. To be fair, I don't think we're going to fight Ricardo as much. To be fair, it is a good shot to keep him P14, but honestly, he's not our race, and I think P15 would be a great result, considering to basically the car this weekend being 11 seconds off from Lance Stroll. That's not obviously great. Vettel will probably score points, so Vettel actually is ahead of the Haas by a lot. Mick Schumacher actually has an issue that he's managing, so the charge that I wanted, trying to keep Aston Martin from not scoring points, they're clearly just going to score points. Like I said, this is really worrying for Aston, because, well, not really for Aston, it's good for them, but it's worrying for me because I don't even think you even get prize money for finishing P11 in the championship. I don't think there is. I actually haven't discovered it yet in this year's game. I've never discovered if finishing P11 if you actually get prize money. I don't think you get prize. I'm pretty sure when there was 11 teams, I think they never really got prize money, but I'm not 100% sure. I could be wrong on that. But as we are coming across the final lap of this race, yeah, honestly, quite pacey today. Not too much. George Russell for Mercedes is going to win this race. That's his 3rd win of the season. He won in Italy, he won in Japan, and he now wins in COTA. And Max Verstappen comes off the line for 2nd. Carlos Sainz will get P3, so good for Sainz. Perez will come in P4. I believe that's actually Bottas coming in P4. So the man that announced his P5. The man that announced his retirement is having a good race, but P15, not a bad result. That's a W from us.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
That's it for another Grand Prix and a fantastic win for Mercedes. Natalie Pinkham, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
I think it was clear what the main contributing factor out of the track was: speed. It sounds like an awfully reductive statement, but fast cars win races, and we saw that today with our winner.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners.
So George Russell winning the race here in COTA. He wins. Max Verstappen with the charge coming at the end. Could not get past Russell. Russell was too quick for them today. So Mercedes actually made a really good comeback. Carlos Sainz coming in P3. He's still, I want to say Carlos is probably still in the title fight, but I think he's going to probably have to, he might actually be out of it, but he might have to probably win in Mexico to keep in the fight. So to be fair, Ferrari with the fast car and you still can't win the championship doesn't make sense. That's a joke, obviously. But Ferrari have had a little bit of bad luck. Leclerc actually a lot of bad luck today. I don't even think he even got, oh no, he did get points. He got P6, but not great. And so we'll go look at the standings here in just a little bit. But Stroll, Vettel getting points. That's not what I needed. He gets P8, so he only gets 4, which isn't bad. But that's not what I need. I need him to not score points, and he did. It's now 5 points for Aston. We're still at P10. So yeah, Leclerc is 32 points back, and I actually believe Sainz is out of the championship fight. So Sainz is out of it. So now it's just between Leclerc and Max to see who's going to win the title. So kind of like a real life showdown. Who's going to get it? Leclerc is probably going to need to win in Mexico to keep the title fight alive in Mexico. But we still P15 in the standings. Thank you guys for watching this video. Vettel finally getting points. That's what you want to see, but I don't want to see for that because I'm fighting Aston in the standings. But thank you guys for watching this video. Enjoy the rest of the day, everybody, and see y'all next week.